Thank God for His goodness and mercies. I'm Dr. Grace Iziuwa. I appreciate God for this day to come your way again. And I pray that as we keep working together on these principles of His words, as we are taught every day, may you and your spouse continue to enjoy the blessings and the goodness of God in marriage and in your marital relationship. In Jesus' name. Today we are looking at benefits of friendship of spouses. Why are spouses supposed to be friends? Or why do spouses need to be friends? Two cannot work together except they be agreed. Except they be agreed, two cannot work together. So it takes two that are friends to work together. Under this topic, benefits of friendship of spouse or spouses, I want to look at two scriptures. Genesis chapter 2, in verse 25, the Bible says, the man and his wife were both naked and were not ashamed. What does this imply to us? They were both naked and they were not ashamed. I know definitely husband and wife, in terms of sexual fulfillment, will have to go through the process of nakedness, but that's not what I'm talking about here. What this nakedness, that they were both naked and they were not ashamed, implies is about details. It's about exposure of their details, the individual details, their hearts, their minds, their will. There was nothing like secrecy. They knew themselves, they understood each other's details, and were not ashamed, meaning they knew each other's strength and each other's weak points. They knew the intent and details of each other's hearts, and they were not ashamed, because the man will not use the weak points of the wife to mock her, neither will the woman use his weak points to mock him. So they knew each other's details and were not ashamed. There was no reason for keeping secrets between themselves. So their hearts were exposed to each other. They had open heart, open mind, and no secrets. And that made them bond so intimately. They bonded so intimately. Because when husband and wife are friends, they bond so intimately. Because what does he have to hide? And what does she have to hide? They are friends. And so they could intimately bond without secrecy, without fear of mockery. Therefore, the other scripture, Proverbs 18, verse 24b, it says, there is a friend that sticketh closer than a brother. The verse before this, if you have a friend, as it says, he that has a friend must show himself friendly. But there is a friend that sticketh closer than a brother. When you are not married, or before anyone gets married, he's close to his brothers, he's close to his sisters, and can share intimacy. But once you become married, your intimacy is no more with your biological brothers and sisters. Your intimacy is now with your spouse. Your intimacy is now with your spouse. And therefore, so your spouse is the one who sticks closer than a brother because of your intimacy. You become so heart-to-heart intimate, flesh-to-flesh intimate, emotion-to-emotion intimate, and with all your details, personal life details, you become so intimate with your spouse. So your spouse becomes the friend that sticketh closer than a brother. Therefore, having used these scriptures or spoken about these two scriptures, let's look at some key points of benefits of friendship. Number one thing or key is that God has given every man, every woman, friendship or relationship as a divine means for fulfillment. God has given each person friendship or relationship as divine means for fulfillment. Once you become married, you will now understand that marriage is a center point, is a threshold for corporate development. You can't be married and be individual. You cannot be on your own or pursue your personal goals alone when you become married. So when you are married, you understand what it means that friendship is a divine means for fulfillment, because marriage is a threshold for corporate development, husband and wife development, fulfillment, and success. And that's why marriage is a threshold for happy life. Because you have somebody to share your details with. You have somebody to share your thoughts and ideas, and he or she will happily contribute. Therefore, you become a better person. Number two, friendship births relationship. And most times, marriage comes out of relationship. Relationship leads to marriage. Because nobody becomes married by, without relationship. Every marriage is an offshoot of relationship. And marriage gives rise to a great family. So without friendship, how will you be able to understand that sister, that brother that you intend to marry? So friendship gives you an understanding of who you're relating with and how two of you can work out. And so friendship reveals to you the details of the person. And through friendship, your heart becomes willing And as God leads, marriage becomes the end result. Number 3, friendship builds and secures happiness in marriage. Two cannot work together except they be agreed. So friendship is the point of agreement. Friendship is the point of bond that secures happiness in your marriage. You cannot be all by yourself in marriage. But being a friend and you show yourself friendly, therefore, your friend knows how to turn you on when you seem to be down. And your happiness is secured. Therefore, the man cannot be the wife and the woman at the same time. The woman cannot be the man or the husband and the wife at the same time. That is to say, if it takes two to tango, then knowing how to be good friends will also secure your happiness. So in the spirit of friendship that binds both of you together, happiness, love is secured in your marriage. Number 4, it takes a happy spouse to build love. So, friendship secures your love life and marriage. When there is no happiness in marriage, love cannot grow. So, friendship secures your love life. Instead of murmuring and complaining about love in your marriage, my wife does not love me, my husband does not love me, have you secured friendship? Because when two of you are happy friends, are lovely friends, birds of the same feather flock together, it takes a happy spouse to build love. So friendship secures your love life and marriage. So when you desire love in your marriage, the key to building love is to secure happiness. Two lovebirds are always happy together. Instead of murmuring, complaining, my wife does not love me, my husband does not love me, secure friendship. Secure friendship. Do the things a friend does to your spouse. Secure the happiness of your husband or the happiness of your wife when two of you are together. Or as a husband and wife, secure happiness. Once your wife is happy with you, she's in love with you. Once your husband is happy with you, he is in practical love with you. Love does not just exist on its own. Something connects it for it to be expressed. So when husband and wife are happy people, they are lovely people and they love each other. Because it takes something to stir love. Love does not exist on its own. Something stirs it. So it's either you stir it by the spirit of friendship, good attitude of friendship, positive lifestyle. Anytime he or she is in your space, what you have to contribute. These are things you do as friends that, secure your love life. So friendship secures your love life and your marriage. He that has a friend must show himself friendly. So be a good friend to your spouse, and you have secured your love or the love in your marriage. Number 5, one of the key reasons God brought about marriage is companionship. And companionship speaks of friendship. So you see that when I've been talking about friendship in marriage, it's not strange. You need a companion in life. Say it's not good for the man to be alone. I will make a help fit, a companion fit for him. So friendship makes you a fitted companion into your spouse's life. You become a companion that fits into his life, into his heart, into his fulfillment. So be a good friend and you become a good companion. Without good friendship, no companionship. There's nothing like he's supposed to be my husband. He's supposed to know. He that has a friend must show himself friendly. What is your lifestyle towards your husband? What is your lifestyle towards your wife? Build your companionship and thereby build your marriage. Friendship is one of the reasons God raised marriage. Therefore, as you do, being a good friend, your two of you become, good companions, and your love life, your marriage is secured. And in fact, your good companionship is key to making your marriage work. Number 6, friendship of spouses make each one available and sensitive to each other's needs. As a friend to your spouse, be available and be sensitive to his or her needs. This is one of the reasons marriages fail. When spouses are not sensitive to their spouse's needs, is a serious issue. As a spouse, you are not sensitive to your spouse's needs. It's a serious matter. Friendship of spouses makes each other available and sensitive to his or her needs. You cannot be good friends and be insensitive. This is one of the reasons marriages fail today. Because spouses are not sensitive to their spouse's needs. This is deep to explain, but I just pray that you understand what I'm saying. Every spouse is a unique personality. Therefore, as a husband, you need a happy home. You want a fulfilled life for yourself. Be sensitive, available and sensitive to your spouse, to her needs. Likewise, the wife, be available and sensitive to your husband's needs. Don't assume that you know, or that is his usual life, or that is what you know him. As age, increases, so man's level of knowledge and wisdom increases. So with time, he is improving and changing So when you are sensitive to your spouse, with time, you also make yourself available and you are able to understand him and understand her. Because you could say you pay the house rent, the food and all provisions are at home, the children's school fees provided, particularly the males, provide school fees, do all they need to do. But deep down within your wife, there's something she's emotional about that you are not understanding. Don't forget that men are logical, women are emotional. So, and you know, emotions can be deep and you will not know. So that's why the quality time you are available to your wife or to your husband, be sensitive. Observe how she does. Observe how your husband talks and be able to come into his or her space and give that godly counsel that will heal him or heal her. Because sometimes, you know, a spouse may not be too outspoken, but it's your sensitivity that will be the key to opening him and giving him healing that he needs. Likewise, the woman. So please, friendship makes you available and sensitive to your spouse's needs. Number 7, friendship is the key to sacrificial life of each spouse. When spouses are friends, it makes each of them sacrifice to their marriage. They live a sacrificial life because every marriage has its own challenge. There is no special marriage or there is no perfect marriage. Every marriage has its own challenge. Likewise, the spouses, part-time, on yearly basis, every spouse have his or her challenge. So husband and wife have their challenges every year. It could be school fees, could be anything. And, you know, but because you are friends, you will make the sacrifice for your spouse to overcome whatever challenge he or she is going through. And for the marriage to work, for the marriage to succeed, and for the family to be happy, friendship is what secures your spouse making that sacrifice for you. So if you are not a good friend, you also cannot be sure or be happy to receive the sacrifice of your friend. You are a husband, yes. You are the wife, yes. But what is your friendly nature? What is your friendly life? For all the sacrifices he or she has made, for which one or which one have you, said thank you? Have you made a return to say, I'm also repaying with this sacrifice? Therefore, build friendship and you will enjoy all. You will enjoy all therein in your love life and in your marriage. Friendship, number 8, friendship gives a spouse assurance of his or her life now and in the future. Future assurance, the present assurance, it is friendship that helps you to assure your wife, to assure your husband that I'm always by your side. I'm always by your side. Because for every little assistance that your friend needs, your spouse needs, you are not available. You cannot offer it. You cannot give it. You always cannot. I pray you can. I don't want to say the reverse. I don't want to say the other side. I pray you can. Be available, because friendship secures the assurance of your future in your marriage. When husband and wife are friends, the wife is assured that I can go all out with him. The husband is assured I can go all out with her. So two of you are assured of yourselves that we can go together, no matter the length, no matter how far, no matter how short, we can go far. No matter the storm, we can stand it. Because the Bible says they were both naked and were not ashamed. Meaning, with all the storms, with all the temptations, with all the trials, with all the challenges, they understood themselves and they fought for themselves. They stood by themselves. They waged war for themselves to make sure that the two of them are able to succeed, and they bonded intimately. They were not ashamed. So, friendship is your assurance for the now and the future. So instead of asking, what is my assurance in this marriage? What is my assurance with you? You are babyish. That is childishness. He that has a friend must show himself friendly. What is your commitment to him? What is your commitment to her? It is that your commitment that he gets or she gets that will assure him, and therefore he reciprocates, and you are assured. Marriage is not story. It's not storytelling, bedtime stories. What is my assurance? What is not your assurance? Please, if the journey you look at it is a good future for you, be sure to start it. Number 9, that's where I will round off now. Friendship is key to supportive leadership in marriage. Proverbs 27 verse 17. As iron sharpeneth iron, so the countenance of a brother, of a friend, sharpens the other. The countenance, the face, the words, the lifestyle, the approach, the speech. It talks about good rapport. It talks about communication. It talks about, being an opportunity to the other, because he is an opportunity to you, you are opportunity to her. I'm not saying opportunity here, but you sharpen one another, making impact on one another, securing one another, supporting one another, because it takes iron to sharpen an iron. So it takes a friend to sharpen his friend, to stir up his friend through good communication, through good rapport, through good relationship. So, friendship is key to supportive leadership. You are going to succeed in your life, your friend must be important to you. Your friend, whether the male or the female, as the husband, as the wife, you are important to each other. Let there be no see finish, according to that local language. See finish. No. Take no one for granted. Don't take your husband for granted. Don't take your wife for granted. Just like that little housemaid who suggested to Naaman's wife, say, if Oga, your husband, the general, can go to my country, to Samaria, he will be healed if he can meet the prophet. And so, now, how did that little girl understand that the general was sick? He was a general, but sick. But the wife got the information and passed it over to him. So, you may be a general and you think your wife has nothing to contribute in your life. You can imagine the little Hebrew housemaid brought the information to the wife of the general. So no matter how much you are a general, financially, materially, in all spheres of life, don't take your wife for granted. No matter the influential lifestyle, by God's grace, you have raised as the female, as the wife, don't take your husband for granted. Marriage, friendship is the key to supportive leadership, because you must understand that corporate opportunity for glorious family life. It takes the husband, it takes the wife. I'll conclude by reading John chapter 15, verse 15. I'm reading from the New Living Translation. I no longer call you, Jesus speaking, I no longer call you slaves, because a master does not confide in his slaves. Now you are my friends, since I have told you everything the Father has told me. A master does not confide in his slaves. Now you have become husband and wife. No master, no slave, but friends. That's what Jesus said. Now you know him. Now you know her. Two of you are friends. Jesus said, because I have told you all my Father has told me, therefore we are friends. So by knowing your spouse intimately, or by all standard that you have become husband and wife, you have become friends. So keep yourselves in that atmosphere. Keep yourself in that atmosphere, because the only man that can defend your wife is you. The only woman and the only person that can defend you is your wife. She knows you, you know her, and so you have become friends. So you are her confidant,